Welcome back, YouTube, to another video. Today is going to be another gun build, part 2 of my SIG P365. So I got some feedback from some of the viewers, and they wanted me to put on a aftermarket slide on my P365. So that's what I'm going to do today. So today I got a Zaffiri precision slide, which I'm gonna install on my PT25, and I'm gonna walk you guys through, switching over the old stuff from the old slide and transferring over to the new slide. So I'm gonna get the new slide and I'm gonna transfer some of the old stuff like the extractor, the firing pins, and the plates, the back plates for it, and I'm gonna transfer it over to this new slide and install it on my P365. So with further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so here again is my P365. Of course, you guys can see I already changed out the barrel and the trigger on it. If you guys haven't seen that video, make sure you guys go and watch that video if you guys want to. So before we do anything, let's go ahead and check to make sure that the gun is clear. No mag. And again, I can't stress this enough, but before you guys do anything to your gun, make sure you guys always safety check you guys' gun before you guys work on it. Alright? So again, we're going to be switching over some of the old components on the old slide onto the new slide I got. And I'm also going to be changing out the sight, because the new slide doesn't have the sight. So I'm going to use the TruGlo sights for this. But I'm thinking that I might keep the front sight, original sight, and just change out the rear sight for the TruGlo, because I really like how the front sight on the original SIG, the P365 looked like. So I might keep this sight and just change out the rear sight to the TruGlo that I got here. So let's go ahead and check out the new slide that I have. Set to the side, and here it is. This is a aftermarket slide made by Zaffiri Precision, and I really like how it turned out. You got the windows on the side and the cuts on the top, which is going to bring out that barrel, that gold barrel, which is going to make you see it better. And I think it's going to look awesome once I install it. And of course, as you can tell, there isn't any sight that came with it. Alright, so this is basically bare bone slide, which we gotta put, like I said, the extractor here, the firing pin, and everything else, like the back plate here also. Alright, so we're going to be taking the old stuff from this one and switching it over. So let's go ahead and get to it. Before we start, we're going to go ahead and remove the slide. We're going to push this down to the 6 o'clock position. Bring it down. Let's go ahead and set to the side. Take out the barrel, and there you have it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is remove the extractor here. So let's get to it. So what I have here is an armor block. If you guys don't have one, I really recommend you guys getting one. It just helps with you know, setting you guys' slide and gun on it, so you guys won't scratch or damage it when you guys are removing any pins or anything out of it. Okay, so to remove the extractor, there's a pin right here. You guys can see it, but what we're gonna do is knock this pin outward. It's gonna come out this side, so we're gonna knock it from the bottom out. All right, so what you want to do is get you a punch, and you'll get your hammer here. You see it's going out. There it is, right there. Now this is spring loaded, so you guys want to keep you guys' finger on this so it won't spring out on you guys. You guys are banging this out. Alright, so there's the pin, and I'm going to slowly lift this up. There's your extractor right there. Flip this over, and this is the spring. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. Now, since I'm going to be using all of this, I'm going to go ahead and knock this pin out. Usually you don't have to knock this pin all the way out, but in this case I'm going to be switching over all of this to the new slide. So let's go ahead and take this all the way out. There it is. Set this aside. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is remove the back plate here and the fire pin. All right, so in order to do that, you're going to need a flathead, a screwdriver, and what you're going to do, there's a piece of pin right here where you're going to have to push it over to the side and downward so you can take out this back plate. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Again, just push it over to the side and down. And then this back plate will come off. And this is spring loaded, so you're going to want to put your finger behind it so the spring doesn't come flying out on you guys. Alright, so that's the back plate right there. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is press down this striker safety here, and then just slide out my striker bar, firing pin, and then here's my striker safety. Just come right out, and there's a spring here. Just fall right out, right there. There you go. So the back plate's off, and then the striker safety and the extractor is off. Okay, so the last thing would be just removing the sight here. So in order to remove this sight, I'm gonna have to use my sight tool, which compress the sight out. So I'm gonna do that after we go ahead and install all of this onto the new slide, and then I can do the sight last. So that's pretty simple. If you guys haven't seen the video where I did on my Glock 43, make sure you guys go check out that video also. All right, so let's go ahead and set this aside and install all of this that I just took off onto the new slide I got. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and install the striker safety back on. So here's my spring and my striker safety right here. So there's a slit right here, so we could put the spring on just like that, and I'll hold it in place, or I place it back onto the slide right here. Okay, so there it is. Okay, now that we have the striker safety on, all right, we're gonna go ahead and install the striker pin back on. So just go ahead and push this in, push down the striker safety so it can go past it. Alright, so now that I got the striker safety on, I'm going to go ahead and install the striker or the firing pin here. Now, you don't want to lube this, okay? You want to keep this bone dry, alright? Never lube this right here. This is supposed to be clean and dry, alright? So never lube this or the barrel inside here, alright? So we're going to go ahead and install this. Make sure you push down on the striker safety. Just go ahead and slide that in. Alright, now that is good right there. Now we're going to go ahead and install the back plate on. So what you want to do is push down on the striker safety, and you want to rotate this with your finger over and down just so that you can get your back plate on. Okay. Now, once that's on, just go ahead and push it, and it should just snap in place like that. Alright, so now you got your striker safety, your firing pin on, and your back plate. Alright, so the next thing would be installing the extractor back on. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. A good thing before you install the extractor back in, make sure you just give it a good clean from any carbon buildup that you may have from shooting it. So it's a good time to clean it up while you have it out. Alright, so here's our spring right here, and we also have, you see this orange thing here, this is a buffer inside the spring right here. So before we install it, what I like to do is get a little grease and put it on the end of the extractor, just like that. And so then when I put in the spring, it can kind of help it to hold it in place. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this set inside the slide. Now this gonna have to go up a little bit because it's got a hook right there. So it's gonna have to go up a little bit, and it will just fall in place like that. All right. So the next thing is installing the pin back on. Just want to double check that the hole is lined up, and you want to get your armor's block. Set it here, put the pin in, and slowly tap it back in. Just want to double check to make sure it looks good still. Alright. Now once it seems like it looks good, go ahead and get this pin and drive it down just a little bit more. So you want to double check it. Now what I want to do is bring the pin out with this metal, with this bottom piece right here. I want to bring it out, recess it just a little bit underneath this bottom one, not this one right here, but this bottom one here. So when I bring out the pin, I just want to just a little below there, right there. So it looks like I need to go a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap it some more. Alright. Looks like it's almost there. I'm just gonna do a little bit more. Okay. So, and again, like I said, if it does come out too far, just go ahead and give it a tap on this side. But this is where I'm looking at it. This is where I like it. That's where I want to be, because this, like I said, this is where the slide's going to go back and forth. So you don't want that pin to come out too far on it. Okay, so there you have it. Now we just install the back plate, the striker, and the firing pin back on, and the extractor right here. Now the last thing we'll need to do is install the new sight on the slide, and we should be done and we can start assembling. So I'm not going to show you guys how to install the slide. Like I said, if you want to see that, I already made a video of it, of me installing on my Glock 43. So I'm just going to do a time lapse for you guys, and you guys can just see it on the finished product when I'm done. Alright, so let's get to it. Okay, so I have just completed installing the new sight, the rear sight right here. I used the TruGlo sight, and I kept the original front sight from the old slide. So here's the old slide here. So basically I just took off the front sight, left the rear sight. As you can see, the old rear sight doesn't see that well. It's very small. Even though it glows at night, as you can see, there's not much I guess depth into it where you can see out of it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys once again. Alright, here's the TruGlo and the original front. So as you see, it's white right now in the daytime, but at night it actually glows. Okay, so now that I have it all installed, also with the TruGlo sight, there's an Allen key here, which once you set it, which I already measured it, make sure that that's where I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this down. Okay, do a little snug. Now that I know that that is tight, it shouldn't move anywhere. I got my sight on. I have a back plate on, my fire pin, my striker, and my extractor. Alright, so this is everything from the old slide transfer over to the new slide. So now the next thing we should do is go ahead and put our barrel back on. Spring. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Move a little too quickly. And then put it back on our grip. Okay, and there you have it. As you can see, with the new slide I have on here, you can see the barrel really good and the swirls in it. With the Go trigger, Go barrel, and my new slide. Alright, with the new sight on here. Here's the other side right here. Here's the front, the top. The front right here. And there you go, guys. This is an aftermarket slide from Zaffiri Precision on my SIG P365. Okay? So this is the final product of how it looked like. Let me know what you guys think about it. I think it turned out really nice and I really like it. So can't wait to get out there on the range and test fire it and try it out. Okay. So if you guys like the video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And if you guys know what else I should do next to this gun, please comment below. Until the next video, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Alright? See ya.